take into consideration the fact that before the war, Ukraine's annual military budget was around $6 billion US. But after the war started in February of this year, Ukraine has received over $30 billion worth of military aid from countries around the world, which is equivalent to about 5 times of their annual budget. And if you look at this breakdown chart, which was made by Statistica, you'll see that the overwhelming majority of this aid came from us, from the US. And it's also worth noting that those numbers only go up through May 10th of this year. And the reason that that particular data is so relevant is because later in the month of May, after May 10th, which is the cutoff for that chart, the U.S. Congress actually passed an additional $40 billion worth of aid to Ukraine. Now, where is that money actually going to? Well, that's exactly the question that Senator Rand Paul had. Because you see, while Chuck Schumer and Mitch McConnell were pushing through the Ukraine aid package with lightning speed, well, Senator Rand Paul blocked their effort, and he demanded that an amendment be included in that bill so that a special investigator be assigned to oversee how this Ukrainian money was being spent. Here's specifically what Rand Paul said last month while he was blocking the swift passage of this bill. Quote, "My oath of office is the U.S. Constitution, not to any foreign nation, and no matter how sympathetic the cause, my oath of office is to the national security of the United States of America. We cannot save Ukraine by dooming the U.S. economy, because I think we should have an inspector general. We have one out there and overseeing Afghan waste. He's been very good at it. You don't have to wait for an appointment. He's got a team up and running. And I think that's what we should do." However, back then when he was airing his objections, well, Senator Rand Paul was met with swift opposition from Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer, who said this in response to Rand Paul, quote, "The package is ready to go. The vast majority of senators on both sides of the aisle want it. There's now only one thing holding us back. The junior senator from Kentucky, meaning Rand Paul, is preventing swift passage of Ukraine aid because he wants to add, at the last minute, his own changes directly into the bill. His change is strongly opposed by many members of both parties." And indeed, Senator Rand Paul's objection did not affect any change, as the bill was signed into law shortly afterward without the amendment he suggested. Now, this $40 billion aid package, it includes approximately $20 billion in new military supplies, as well as another approximately $20 billion in